Hey everybody, it's Donna Clifford, and today we're going to talk about the brown bear spirit. Yay! I am so excited because brown bear, I'm from Massachusetts, and I used to go on trips up to the Mohawk Trail, which was all the Indian heritage, and I'd always get one of those little Indian drums and break it by the time I got home because I'm kind of clumsy. But I remember doing something, I was probably like 10 or 11, and it said my spirit animal for my life was a brown bear. And then years later, while I moved to the South, which I've been here 10 years, and I was going through my Reiki training, and again, I talked about the brown bear, talked about the brown bear being my spirit animal. So it made me really excited to see that again, and it was such a really nice talisman, or just a nice energy to have. And now that you can see bear around here, I still think it's magical, even though I know I can't hug them. I know that there are limits, and I respect that, but yes, they're really magical and beautiful. So this card is so absolutely gorgeous. I really, really hope you can see this, but the message is take time out. Oh, look how pretty that is. So it has all the spiritual feathers and just has these really nice magical blues, these ethereal blues. And it's like number 9. So 9s are usually really good luck numbers. They're everything's completed. 9s can mean, it's like after 8s are a lot about abundance, and 9s are like, yeah, I'm good. I'm at a really good place. I can just pause. So 9s are what we strive to be at, like working hard and keep continuing to work, but be at a place of contentment, and just a place where we're just feeling ourselves, and we're just, as you get older, it happens too. You just feel more of yourself, and you're like, I don't care what someone else is doing. This is just who I am. And you're just more of yourself. But I think you don't have to wait till you get older to do that. But 9s are really powerful because it's also 3 3s, and that's again the divinity. So it's an energy that's higher than us, something that's more powerful than us. That's a collective energy, and you can even think of that as the law of attraction. So the energy that you put out is the energy that you get back. So the brown bear talks about taking time out. So it's interesting because on this time of quarantine, we're in the coronavirus pandemic time, we're starting to now talk about so South Carolina is where I live right now, and they just talked about stores opening again on Tuesday, and some states are allowing beaches open, and some people are not, some states are not doing that. So it's this back and forth of who's right, who's wrong, and everybody's in a rush to do something because we've just been in the homes quarantining the correct way, and we're all just really anxious. I'm an extrovert, I've said this a million times, but I'm trying to do what's right for what is good for not just myself, but what is good for what if I'm a carrier or my clients, So I've had this discussion, but try to figure out inside yourself, beyond the coronavirus, what are some things that you may have had some ideas about going forward in your career, or going forward in next steps of a relationship or something. What can you step back with and just kind of let it process? So it also talks about being so frazzled, there's so many ideas. That's usually me. I have so many ideas. I'm definitely an idea person. And my list for the day, some days it's really long because I get really excited about so many really new ideas and just things that just get me very excited to start or to create and accomplish and materialize. So I have to be my own person to say, all right, let's take a step back, because I also don't want to be disappointed that I didn't get to everything on my list. I want to be very reasonable with what I can and cannot do within a day. But this card talks about using this time before things start to pick up again and go whatever direction the new is, because it is going to be different. We just had a pandemic, so things are going to be slightly different. But not to be afraid of that, but to just take a breath. So it suggests taking a nap or having a really nice night's sleep, whatever can just relax you. I always am a fan of meditation, whether you feel like you're doing it right or not. Just listening to calm music, getting some alone time. Even if you're a crazy parent and you're crazy meaning like you're crazy busy with your kids at home, try to just even go into the bathroom and lock the door and put on your headphones and try to listen to something for 5 minutes. It can really make a difference in recharging. And I love tapping, EFT, which I think is an emotional frequency tapping. And I have been trying to do it every single day throughout this whole quarantine time. And I feel like it makes a huge difference. And I started using it, I've said this in a previous video, but I started using it when my soul dog, Fenway, died in August 1st, 2017. So obviously it was a really traumatic time for me. It was really, I couldn't get past the grief. I was just a mess for a while, and I still cry. I miss him. He's my soul dog. But the part that I could feel the grief starting to shift onto the next level was using grief tapping. And you basically tap certain parts of your body, and you tap on your lip. I'm not an expert in it. I just follow videos of people that I adhere to. So just see who resonates with you and follow their video. I've mentioned him before, but I use Brad Yates a lot, Y-A-T-E-S. I like his dry humor, and he seems pretty no nonsense, and it's easy to follow. For whatever reason, I think his videos are great, and they're very simple, and I watch them daily. So find somebody that resonates with you and maybe try tapping. And that can be, he has some that are like 3 minutes, you know, and there's a lot of people, once you put up tapping or EFT, you get a whole list of things. But try to do things, this is all about, just stepping back, taking that pause before everything gets crazy again. We don't want to get back in the same patterns we were in. Seriously, the people who've just been running 24 hours a day with home and life and kids and stress and money and career and relationships. I mean, it's all so much. This was an energetic break for a reason. And I firmly believe that. And I firmly think that amazing, beautiful things will come from this. I just think take this time to maybe recognize what are some areas that did come up for you? Where can you take a break right now and just let it simmer? Let the energy just create itself around it and see where you can go after that. Now, there's a million different associations with the brown bear, so you can look up more reasons to love the brown bear like I do. I remember when I was little, when I was like 10 or 11, that the brown bear was about it was interesting because it's definitely my personality. Like, I'm such an extrovert and I love people, but I definitely need my time. I need Donna time. I need my alone time. And you just are this different type of leader because you're just doing your own thing. You're just who you are, and you're doing your own thing. And even back then I could relate to that, and I definitely can relate to it now. And I loved the idea of the brown bear. I mean, they're very protective of the people, their baby bears and the other bears they care about. So, you know, it's definitely something that I'm definitely like that. I get very protective of underdogs, anyone that's getting bullied, and I definitely am protective of anyone in my heart circle. I get very protective. So I can definitely see that too. But there's so many different ways to love the bear, and just this card is so beautiful. I just love this card. Maybe the number 9 has special meaning for you. Maybe you also did some test or whatever and you got the brown bear. Whatever reason, try to take that advice and just take a step back. Do whatever you can do to kind of pause before everything starts back up again. And try to take your time. Don't fall into just the chaos right now of who's right and who's wrong about when we should go back into society full force. I mean, I would rather be wrong and be healthy. So I don't really care about being right in my opinions. I just care about everyone being healthy and the people who are at risk, which some are people I really truly care about. And I don't want them to have more access or exposure to something that could harm them and cause their death. I mean, this is a reality. So, you know, don't get caught up in all that. I try to not read the news. I only pay attention to things that come up on my social feeds that I'm like, okay, this is changing in South Carolina. This is something to pay attention to. I don't really want to hear all the chaos on news stories because they get ratings from that, and that's their job. But it's up to me to be part of that or not. So choose to not be part of the chaos and try to find what helps you take a chill and take a pause and relax. So maybe it's a nap. take a nice nap. It's so beautiful out these days. But hopefully this helped you. Have a great day, and I'll have more for you tomorrow. Bye.